Morning light filters through the tall windows of the institute lobby, like the day hasn't decided what mood it's in yet. Elara steps inside, clutching her folder a little tighter than necessary. She pauses just past the entrance, scanning the notice boards, the reception desk, the small groups of people scattered across the hall. Her lips move silently as she rehearses possible conversations with herself. If it's good, smile politely. Say thank you. If it's bad, nod. Leave quickly. Don't cry here. She exhales once, steadying herself, and walks toward the seating area. The place hums with low chatter, footsteps, the occasional scrape of a chair. Just another administrative morning. She chooses a seat near the wall, somewhere she can observe without being noticed, and places her folder on her lap like a shield. For a moment, everything is still. Then, behind her, somewhere near the reception counter, a loud clatter breaks the quiet. Papers scatter across the floor. Elara turns. A few people glance over with mild curiosity. At the center of the mess stands Skyler, frozen mid-bend, surrounded by fallen files like a crime scene. Skyler stares at the papers for a beat, then crouches and begins gathering them with exaggerated urgency. I am so sorry, she murmurs to the files themselves, voice low but dramatic. You deserved better than this. Someone nearby chuckles. Skyler lifts one page carefully, as if checking it for injuries. I promise I didn't mean it, she adds, almost solemnly, stacking the papers with theatrical care. A couple of people laugh softly. Not mocking, familiar. Elara watches from across the hall, expression tightening slightly. To her, it doesn't look charming. It looks odd, unpredictable. She turns back to face forward, but the quiet rhythm she had found earlier doesn't return. Her fingers tap lightly against her folder now. The day suddenly feels longer than she expected. The lobby noise settles back into its usual rhythm, but something restless lingers in the air for Elara. She pretends to read the notice board across the hall, though her attention keeps drifting. A sudden rise in voices cuts through the room. Not shouting exactly, but sharp enough to turn heads. Near the reception desk, Skyler stands facing another woman by the cafeteria counter, her hands moving quickly as she speaks, gestures wide and emphatic. No, listen, that's not the point, she insists, leaning forward. Then, louder, scandalized, she blurts out, No, you absolutely cannot put pineapple in that. A few people nearby immediately snicker. Elara's eyes lift. From this distance, the words blur into tone. Fast, intense, insistent. It sounds like confrontation. The other woman responds just as loudly, though there's a strange smile tugging at her mouth. Skyler points toward the counter menu with dramatic disbelief. I refuse to live in a world where that's considered acceptable. More laughter ripples through the small crowd. Elara doesn't hear the full conversation. She doesn't hear the joking debate about food. She only sees raised voices, animated gestures, people watching. To her, it looks like someone who escalates things easily. Someone who doesn't know when to step back. Skyler finally exhales, shaking her head as if defeated by the universe itself. Fine, she mutters, mock serious. But if this ruins my day, I'm holding you responsible. The other woman laughs openly now and pats Skyler's arm. The tension dissolves instantly. But Elara has already looked away. Her conclusion forms quietly, almost automatically. Short temper, argumentative, difficult. She adjusts the folder in her lap again, sitting a little straighter. The waiting suddenly feels less boring, and more like she's stuck in a place full of unpredictable people. Elara lowers her gaze to her folder, trying to focus on anything that isn't the people around her. A door near the administrative office opens with a soft click. A staff member steps out, scanning the room with a clipboard in hand. Skyler, she calls. Across the hall, Skyler freezes mid-sip of water, like she's just been summoned by destiny. She lowers the bottle slowly, eyes widening in exaggerated alarm. A few people nearby snort with laughter. Skyler rises with theatrical reluctance, smoothing imaginary wrinkles from her shirt as she walks toward the staff member, like someone heading to a courtroom. Halfway there, she leans toward a stranger seated near the aisle and whispers gravely, "If I don't return, Tell them I fought bravely." The stranger laughs out loud. The staff member looks mildly confused, but not annoyed. Elara watches the entire thing unfold with a tightening jaw. To her, it doesn't look playful. It looks like someone who doesn't take authority seriously. Skyler reaches the desk and listens as the staff member explains something quietly. Skyler nods, but her expressions remain overly dramatic. Eyebrows lifting, shoulders dropping, hands pressing to her chest as if receiving life-altering news. From Elara's distance, it reads as defiance disguised as performance. Skyler finally says, with mock solemnity, "Understood. I accept my fate." The staff member sighs in a way that suggests she's heard this tone before, not irritated, just used to it. Skyler thanks her politely and steps aside. The moment passes quickly for everyone else. But Elara's impression settles deeper. Disrespectful. Immature. Not someone to rely on. She exhales slowly, eyes returning to the floor. The day stretches ahead of her, and she's starting to feel like she's trapped in the middle of something unpredictable. Someone laughs softly at a message on their phone. Papers rustle. Elara keeps her gaze lowered, but her focus drifts. The waiting has begun to stretch, time moving slower than it should. Across the hall, a small group stands near the vending machines, deep in conversation. Their voices are relaxed, almost conspiratorial, like they're sharing something mildly embarrassing. Before Elara can tune them out, another voice cuts through. "Wait." It's loud enough to pull attention instantly. Skyler steps into the circle like she's arriving on stage mid-scene. "You skipped the best part," she insists, pointing at one of them with mock accusation. The group erupts into amused protests. No, tell it properly," Skyler says, already repositioning herself in the center. "You can't just summarize emotional trauma like that." A couple of people laugh. Skyler launches into a dramatic reenactment of whatever story they'd been discussing, changing her voice, exaggerating gestures, pacing a half circle as if performing for an invisible audience. And then she looks at him. Skyler continues, widening her eyes theatrically, and says, "This is why we don't trust group projects." The group bursts into louder laughter now. Someone claps once in mock applause. From across the hall, Elara watches, unmoving. To her, it doesn't look like harmless fun. It looks like someone who inserts themselves into every space, every conversation, every moment. Someone who thrives on being the center of attention. Skyler finishes the reenactment with a small bow, grinning as the group dissolves into chuckles. The moment feels warm, familiar, easy. But Elara turns away before the laughter fades. Her conclusion settles quietly again. Too loud. Too involved. Too much. She adjusts her grip on the folder and stares straight ahead, determined now not to let her attention wander again. For a few moments, nothing happens. Then a chair scrapes softly somewhere to her right. Skyler moves toward a quieter corner near the windows, phone pressed to her ear. Her tone is lower at first, but still intense enough to carry. "No, that's not what I said," she insists, pacing slowly. "I said it jammed, not that I attacked it." Skyler turns slightly, one hand pressed to her forehead like she's negotiating something serious. "I didn't threaten it," she continues, voice firm. "I encouraged it, loudly." A few people nearby overhear and smother smiles. Elara doesn't. From where she sits, all she catches are the edges of the conversation, the firmness, the defensiveness, the rapid pace of Skyler's words. It sounds like conflict again. Skyler exhales and lowers her voice. "Yes, I apologized," she mutters. To the printer. "Obviously." Elara only sees the pacing, the gestures, the intensity. To her, it looks like someone constantly tangled in problems. Skyler finally ends the call with a soft, resigned, "Fine. I'll deal with it later." She slips the phone into her pocket and leans briefly against the wall, staring at the ceiling as if asking it for patience. The moment passes quickly for everyone else. But Elara's impression hardens further. Dramatic. Confrontational. Always in the middle of something. She shifts in her seat, suddenly more eager for the results just so she can leave. But her attention keeps catching fragments of sound around her. Two people settle into the seats just behind her. "I'm telling you," one of them says, barely holding back a laugh. Yesterday, she spent 10 minutes arguing with the vending machine. The other bursts into a quiet snicker. No way. I swear. It ate her coin, and she gave it a full speech about betrayal. Elara's fingers tighten slightly around the edge of her folder. She doesn't turn around, but she listens. To them, it's clearly fondness. A story about someone dramatic in a harmless, entertaining way. To Elara, it sounds different. It sounds like confirmation. Someone who causes scenes. Someone people talk about. Someone known for making situations unnecessarily chaotic. She exhales slowly. Elara walks toward the exit, calm and detached. Suddenly, a sharp voice cuts through the hallway. Student A. Give that back. Another voice, louder. Skyler. I said I'm not giving it back until you admit it. Elara stops. A small circle has formed near the lockers. From where Elara stands, it looks tense. Skyler stands face to face with another student. Both leaning forward. Both speaking fast. Skyler holds something behind her back. The other student tries to grab it. Student A. You can't just take people's stuff. Skyler. You left it on the chair. That's public property rules. To Elara, it looks like a fight about to start. Voices rise. Hands moving. Bodies shifting. Skyler is holding a phone, and the screen shows a very embarrassing selfie of student A mid-yawn. Skyler finally bursts into laughter. Skyler, say sorry for calling my coffee suspicious brown liquid and I'll delete it. The student groans. Student A. It was suspicious. Skyler. It was mocha. People around them laugh. The tension dissolves instantly. Skyler hands the phone back. Just chaotic teasing between friends. But Elara doesn't see that part. She has already turned away. Her conclusion is final. This person creates problems. She walks off. A soft electronic chime echoes through the lobby, subtle, but enough to pull everyone's attention toward the front desk. Conversations taper off. People look up. Elara straightens slightly in her chair, tension returning to her shoulders. This is what she's been waiting for all morning. A staff member steps forward with a small stack of papers and clears her throat. Attention, everyone, she says, voice practiced but apologetic. We've had a scheduling delay. The exam results will be released tomorrow morning instead. A collective groan ripples through the room. Some people sigh. Others slump back into their seats. Elara's expression stills. The air seems to deflate around her. All this waiting for nothing today. Near the center row, Skyler lets out a long, theatrical breath and slowly sinks into a chair like gravity has suddenly doubled. I knew it, she murmurs dramatically to the ceiling. I have emotionally prepared for disappointment since childhood. A couple of people nearby laugh softly. Someone nudges her shoulder in amusement. Skyler presses a hand over her heart like she's absorbing a tragic prophecy. I will survive, she adds solemnly. But I will complain about it first. More quiet laughter. To most of the room, it's a harmless release of tension. To Elara, it looks like someone turning even ordinary news into a performance. She closes her eyes briefly, then exhales through her nose. Now she has to come back tomorrow. Another day. Another chance to run into the same chaos. She gathers her things slowly, already mentally preparing to leave. The day feels longer than when she arrived. A coordinator steps forward near the notice board, raising their voice just enough to catch the remaining students. Coordinator, before you leave, one quick reminder. A few people pause. Some turn back. Tomorrow morning we'll be announcing the selection results and the project team allocations for the upcoming program. Results will be out by morning. Teams finalized by evening. More whispers. A flicker of anticipation fills the space. Skyler hears it, eyes widening slightly. Skyler, to herself, quiet. That's soon. Across the lobby, Elara doesn't react. She's already at the door. Already outside. Already mentally done with the day. She steps into the evening light and walks away. Skyler glances toward the exit, as if sensing something unfinished, but doesn't know what. The lobby lights hum softly. Stay tuned for next episode.